think a lot of us have quite a funny relationship with fruit. And I'm afraid that's funny peculiar, not funny ha-ha. You know it's really good for us. We mostly get that it's absolutely delicious. But I think we're just sort of woefully short in just understanding what a fantastic ingredient it can be in our daily cooking. And that's what I'm really trying to champion with this book. I want to kind of do the same job for fruit that I feel I did with veg in the River Cottage Veg Everyday book. Fruit's fantastic in savoury salads, as well as sort of puddingy fruit salads. It cooks beautifully in all sorts of surprising ways. Just try my pear and blue cheese pizza if you want that proved to you. We all understand right now how important it is to eat healthily, to be aware of the goodness of the food that we're preparing. And here is the magic ingredient that makes that happen for us, or could make it happen for us if only we used it a little more creatively. And that's what I want to let loose now, a great surge of fruit creativity in our cooking. So we see it popping up in all sorts of exciting ways. We push fruits in directions we haven't pushed them before. So with all that in mind, I thought I would cook a dish today that exemplifies the really bold use of fruit in a savoury context. So I'm going to give you nothing less than a pear and blue cheese pizza. So I'm going to start by sprinkling a little bit of flour out on the board so I can roll out my pizza dough. Turn out the dough, flour up my hands a bit, pull off a nice chunk, leave that over there for the moment. This is going to be a fruit and vegetable pizza, completely meat-free, and the underlying substance is going to come from some sweated onions, which will give it a really nice sweetness. So I'm just going to scatter them over. There'll be no tomato sauce on this pizza, and in fact I love making pizzas without tomato, with a sort of sweet onion base. It takes you in a different direction. What I do want is a nice hit of green veg, and I'm going to use some sweated down spinach that I've just pressed the water out of. You could use kale for this. Now for the pears, and I'm going to use conference, these lovely long slightly russeted pears. They've got such a good firm flesh, and I'm going to peel them with a potato peeler. I'm going to cut it lengthways to get those lovely long strips of pear that really emphasise the fact that I'm cooking with pear. And into the pears goes a trickle of olive oil, twist of pepper, a little pinch of chili flakes, and a little pinch of salt. Give them a nice shuffle round. Onto the pizza they go. Get them fairly well distributed, but in a reasonably random way. And now the final key element that's going to bring this together. And you've probably come across the combination of pear and blue cheese in a salad, and it is wonderful, but it also works brilliantly when both the pear and the blue cheese get cooked. The pear becomes tender, the blue cheese melts, and those little seasonings like the chili and the pepper really bring the whole thing alive. So here goes. To make sure some of the cheese actually goes on the bits of pear. I've actually been quite gung-ho about that blue cheese, but then there is plenty of pear on the pizza, and the two do go so well together. Now I'm just sliding my pizza onto this spade-like contraption that is a classic pizza peel. because it's then going straight in our fabulous wood-fired pizza oven. But if you were doing it at home, you might want to actually make your pizza on a flat baking sheet and then put it in the hottest oven you can get. It's really not going to take long. This is fiercely hot in here, maybe 3 or 4 minutes. And there we go. Look where that blue cheese has bubbled up around the pears. And I want to eat that while it's still piping hot. Just before I pile in, a little trickle of olive oil over the top. Here we go. Oh, that's so gorgeous. And you know, the pear and the blue cheese, the crispy base and the olive oil, the little kick of chili, the sweetness of the onion, it all comes together. But you really can't miss that pear, and that's what this pizza's really all about. The bold use of a lovely autumnal British fruit in a fantastic Italian pizza. I think fruit's almost the missing link in our cooking. You know, it's there, we know where to go and get it, but we're just not using it enough. You know, we're still a nation that thinks it's a little bit racy to slice a banana onto our cornflakes at breakfast time. Well, I want to put an end to that. I want us to be using fruit all through the day, in all of our cooking, almost all of the time.